Hello and welcome to the Ant Madness YouTube channel. We've got a great episode planned today. First, we're going to be doing the unboxing of the delivery from Ant. Then we're going to be looking at their limited edition Halloween Pop-Fs. We've got all three of them. So we're going to get them built and have a look. And then the final thing is we're going to be getting our new species into one of the Pop-Fs. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great episode. See you on the other side. Right, so let's get this unboxing underway. So as we open it up, you're going to see these three documents. Now the first one you come to is going to be the Ant Foundation leaflet. On here just gives you an overview of what they do and what they're about and how you can support them. So if you scan that QR code at the bottom, it will take you to the website and how you can support them. Next one is your items list. So down here it's got all the items in the package, and then down this way is how much you paid and how you paid it. Last one is their business card in Welsh and in English, so it's a nice little touch. Once again, QR code at the bottom. Right, on to some more exciting bits now. Here we go. So we've got the test tubes here for the Pop-Fs. So you have 3 test tubes per Pop-F. All there, nice, brand new, nicely packaged. And to go with it, you've got the cotton wool balls. So you've literally got everything you need to get going. And in here we've got a little alien handle for one of the Pop-Fs, keeping it nice and safe so it doesn't break. Here we go, on to the next layer, getting even more exciting now. Right, so here are the Pop-Fs. So we've got 1, 2 and 3. So they're the bases and all the fittings for them. So now we've got the acrylic sides, tops and bottoms. So everything you need to get it all built. So let's put that to the side and we'll build them in a second. Now here we go, this is a really exciting bit. This is what we've been waiting for. So let's pull off the layer of packaging, and here we go, here are the ants. So in their own little package, keeping them nice and safe, all wrapped up nice and snug. So as we open it, we'll be met with a few documents. The first one is your 12-hour guarantee. So you need this just in case there's any issues with your queen. It explains everything on there. The next one is your species identification card. So this tells you what species it is, its nuptial flight, and all that information. The last one, which is brand new for me, is the import information. So this is what Ants pride themselves on at the moment. So it shows that the import was legal and it has all the information you need to track where your ant has come from. So back to the ants, let's remove this packaging, and there they are, nice and secure, glued down. So let's give it a little wiggle, make it pop off, and there you go. Right, so we're out. So let's open these up. Now I've been waiting for these for ages. I haven't opened anything in a while, so here we go. Look at them. Perfect. Now the scientific name is in the corner. I can't pronounce it, so I'm just going to call these Denties. So let's have a little quick look. Look amazing. Now on the end of the test tube you've got your guarantee sticker. Don't pull this off before the 12 hours as it will void your guarantee. And let's get a closer look at these guys. Now up close you can really see the beauty of these guys. You've got that dark black body with this maroon coming through on the legs. Really nice looking ant. Now I like my unique ant, so what really attracted me to this was that textured body and that textured head. Almost looks like a thumb or a fingerprint all over them. Really unique, really nice looking ant, and I couldn't be happier with them. It's back on certificate of ownership, so you've got the species name here, you've got where they're from. So my guys are from Thailand, what year they were caught, so 2025, the purchase, the order number, and then your unique identification number for the queen. Down here you've got the import number, so you can track it back and see where they've actually come from. On the back you've just got a bit more saying how it's a legal import and everything like that. Right, so we've just finished unboxing the delivery, and look how good these Pop-Fs have turned out. Finally got them built and we're ready to go. Look how good this black one is. Got a little bat on it. Absolutely stunning. All black, perfect for Halloween. Some scary species to go in there. Now this is my personal favourite. Look at that little pumpkin lid on there. That's absolutely perfect. So smooth. Filament gapping on there is so good. Right, then we go on to everybody else's favourite, the little alien. He's so cute. So happy with that. All white again. Matching themes, so good. The black base on the pumpkin one just sets it off. Now, let's get some tubes in them. So that's one lot done. That's two done. Now onto the final one. That's two. There you are. So that's all three setups with their test tubes on. Right, and just to prove how good these test tube holders are, look, nothing, not falling off. It's not going to happen. They'll keep your species nice and secure. You don't have to worry about moving them about. Look, that's perfect. So inside you can see I've got the extra handle on there, so if you don't want a little character on top, you just stick the plain handle on, and it comes with an extra blanking piece to go on the front. So if you want to only have two test tubes here, perfect for that. But that's for all three of them. Spare handle, spare handle, spare handle, blanking pieces as well. So now we've done that, now we're ready to get our surprise species into their new enclosure. I'm going to go for the bat, Dentees being all black, a nice scary species to go in a nice scary popper. So that's the next thing. Don't go anywhere and we'll get them in there. There we go. So I'm going to take got my water that's been boiling away for a bit. I'll take my sand, stick it in there. Right, there we go. Now, all I'm going to do is leave that to boil for about 20 minutes or so. Hopefully that gets rid of any harmful bacteria. So here we are, we're back. So if I run you through all the ingredients, it looks like we're going on ready to cook. Let me just run you through what we've got out here. So we've got our tweezers, our little soft ones, if we have any escapees. We've got our hard tweezers to move things about. We've got our 3 test tubes that need to go on the popper once they're in. We've got our mixing bowl. We've got our rainforest terrain. This was like a little rainforest terrain brick by Komodo. We've got our freshly sterilised sand. Now with that, I boil mine, but you can buy it a UV sterilised or anything like that. I think Antics do a UV sterilised sand terrain. So if you're not sure, always go with them. They know what they're talking about. And then we've got some water to mix with the rainforest terrain to make sure it breaks apart. At the moment it's in brick form. Right, so if I talk you through the idea with this, is all I'm going to do is do a little, Dentees being from Thailand, it's going to be humid, it's going to be a bit moist on the floor, a bit rainforesty, so that's what we're going to go for with this. Plus it's going to look probably the nicest rather than just plain sand. So what we've got here, if I do this, if we pour a bit of water in here, it should soak it up. I think that's probably a bit too much, but we'll see how we get on that. And while that's going, use your hands to break it up. Okay, it's going to soak it all up. There we go. There you go, see it's all breaking apart. Right, what I'll do is I'll put it in the big mixing bar. I don't know why I didn't do that to start off with. Right, stick it in there. Let's lose that bowl. It's all coming apart quite nicely now. A bit more water in there. It's all just going to soak up. Any other water that's left over will just tip away. There we go. Get that all mixed up. There we go. Still there. Still a bit hard in places. Just use your fingers to mix about. If you're going to use the whole brick, you can put it in a big bowl and then just pour water over it, and the whole thing will expand to like 4 or 5 times the size. seeing as we've only got a little tiny pop F to do down the bottom, I just rip little bits off, put a bit of water in, and then just mix it with your hands like you're baking. Right, that's kind of good enough. We won't use the big lumpy bits. Put that in there. There we go. That's pretty good. Right, now all I'm going to do is add a bit of sand to it, just for a bit of sunning. Don't need to add the sand to it. I haven't done for other species, but I just wanted to see how it was going to look today. So let's see how this all goes. Now it could look completely terrible, or it could come out like a masterpiece. I'm not expecting much, to be honest, so we'll see how we go. Right, here we go, we're all mixed in. Right, let me go and wash my hands, and then we'll get back to the fun part. Right, so now we're back. Let's prep the pop earth for the materials going in. And there you go, look how easy that was. Four little Allen key screws and we're off. So as you can see, nice and empty in there. There's not much depth in there, so we're not going to need much of this substrate at all. So let's see how we get on. Let's put it around. You might get some of these long little root bits. And I might keep some in there, it's nice. That's a bit more realistic. But look, you can already see after one handful, or a few fingerfuls, we're kind of almost at the depth we want. We don't want to block any of the holes to the unless we're going to leave that up to them to the side. So you want to close them up. I'm going to leave a gap at the front for the connection if we ever need to expand. I think we're pretty good with that. I'm not going to put anything else in there because it's not the biggest area, so I'm not going to decorate it too much. Like less is more with these little poppers. Don't need too much. I've done a bit in my other ones, but then you find it quite hard to put the snaps feeder in there if you do, or any of the little feeders. So I'm going to try and keep this one nice and open, make it a bit easier for them to start off with, and then I might add some bits to it later on. But that's it for now. There we go, not hard at all. Let's sit these test tubes on a sec just after I wash my hands. Right, so we're back. We've got the lid on, we've got the top cover as well. So now all we need is to connect the test tubes. So as you can see, we've got the 3 test tubes that came with it. The Dentis are already in their own test tube, so I'm just going to pick 2 of these to stick on here, and then we're going to put them directly onto here, just so I don't have another test tube coming out here, because if you buy the pop-up by itself, you won't necessarily have a connector for there unless you think ahead and buy one, which I haven't done today. So what I like to do with the test tubes is, as you can see on these, I like to try and keep a little gradient of moisture and space, so they can pick and choose if they want it a bit snugger, a bit more open, bits like that. So just something to consider. You don't have to do that, some people don't, but see what works best for your species, and then you can cater for them. So all I'm going to do is, we've got a big test tube here, so I'm going to give them a little small one. Nice touch, and I'll stick that there. And then I'm going to go, maybe this one as well, yeah. Let's go there, because they're in a big test tube anyway. Right, so I'm going to get rid of that. And now this is the fun part. Okay,
join me in a second. I'm going to zoom in and make it a bit easier for you guys to see. So here we are, back again. Let's see how they're doing. Look at these guys. Absolutely gorgeous species. Now you might be thinking, these aren't scary at all. However, for me, although I love ants, I can't think of anything worse than little things crawling all over me, especially little things that have got the sting that's equivalent to a hornet or a wasp and things like that. So for me, these guys are little walking nightmares for me. Absolutely petrified of them. So let's get going and let's try not to get bitten or stung by these guys. There we go, moment of truth. They've given me a bit of time for me to try and remove the cotton wool, and look at that. No worries about me getting bit or stung at all. There you go, and they're on. Look at that. As easy as that. Got a nice little new home for them. They're already going exploring. There you are. Now, stay with me because I'm going to give them a little treat. We're going to get a little feeding bowl, and we'll see if they venture into the outworld. Tell you what, look at that. Just shows how active these guys are. By the time it's taken me to get some snaps, get some mealworms, and get ready to put them in, they're already out exploring that little outworld. So let's see how they get on once I give them a little treat in here. Yeah, a little spillage. A bit nervous, put my hand in near them. Okay, it didn't take long for them to start exploring the little treat we left them. Straight in for some sugar snaps. We'll see which one's their favourite. That one's a strawberry. So who knows? Maybe they're going to be like the weavers and love the toffee apple. They haven't touched the mealworm though, but maybe they're just not fancying it. It is in November, so they're on there. They're winding down for hibernation. So maybe a few little sips of sugar snaps is gonna last them. But that's all we have for today. Stay tuned for the next episode where we're going to be moving the Mesobarbarus into another hopper and see how they get on in there. Right, have a good one, be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.